Just 2 days ago, I posted a video talking about how the old BioWare, as people like to call it, might be done for good, with a lot of these previous developers and heads of the studio back in the day moving on to other studios, other companies, or creating their own. One of these, which was what my video was about, is Humanoid Origin, who completely just shut down just about 2 weeks ago. And the other company, Archetype Studios, also headed by BioWare developers, hadn't shown any gameplay of their upcoming game Exodus, and this is a company that's been around all the way back since 2019. But of course, within 48 hours of me posting this video, talking about all of this, they posted a badass game trailer. But before we get into the video and I give you guys my take on what we saw in this trailer and if I think the game is looking good as of right now, thank you guys so much for 870 subscribers. I really appreciate it. If you're new to the channel, you like RPGs, action adventure type of games, and you do like the video you see here, please subscribe and like the video. It helps me out a lot. Now, let's get into the content. So like I mentioned, this is the first actual trailer that has gameplay involved within it for Exodus, which obviously is the upcoming game by Archetype Studios, who is headed by ex-Bioware developers, as well as some from Naughty Dog, some from EA, etc., various other AAA game studios. Now, the reason I say this and the reason this is important is because as you watch this trailer, you're definitely going to get a lot of Mass Effect vibes from this game. I have a very big feeling that they're trying to make their own take a little bit on Mass Effect here, which is something I'm very excited about because of obviously Andromeda not living up to pretty much anyone's expectations and Mass Effect 5 still being out there in the future, and we necessarily don't know exactly how that's going to go, but the track record for BioWare again hasn't been living up to expectations within the last couple games. And fans really want an old BioWare feeling game, especially because they didn't get that from Andromeda. Now, the story of this game goes that you're going to be what they call a traveler, and the traveler and its group of companions is going to be out there in space trying to find the future of humanity in the new home planet, because back home on Earth, humanity is dying and Earth is dying, and they need to obviously leave and go somewhere that's going to be sustainable for their future. And that's where the name Exodus probably comes from. Now, you're also going to be fighting and also finding a lot of different aliens out there in the world, both friend and foe, and then you're also going to be battling against these big celestials, which I believe were previous humans or aliens as well, that are just completely overpowered, have all these celestial powers, and have been living out there in space for a while. Not exactly sure what the celestials are, but they're pretty much going to be, I believe, the big bad guys. Maybe some are good, maybe some are bad. Not 100% sure as of now, but I know they have powers and artifacts and different weapons that I believe you're actually going to be able to use that have different powers as you go throughout the game. And they also have a really cool thing that's going on with the story that they're calling the time dilation mechanic. I don't know if it's going to be a gameplay mechanic or just used within the story to tell a more impactful story, but basically while you're out there on these different planets, you're going to age potentially a lot slower than the people back home, for example. And the people back home might age 10 years from you only being on that planet for 1 hour. So this is going to be a really cool way to push forward the narrative and have some pretty emotional moments, I'm assuming. But something that I did see in the trailer that I'm very excited about is all of the different alien creatures. You have these weird little robot guys, you have these giant talking frogs that actually seem to be a little bit friendly, you have this gigantic fighting battle bear with armor. Like, what the hell's going on? In addition here, I think the voice acting and the animations of these characters look relatively good. I think already it looks better than Andromeda in terms of the facial animations. Now, I don't know if this is gameplay footage specifically. I believe it is pre-alpha gameplay footage, but it looks really good so far. And the environments too, it almost reminds me of a little bit of Destiny mixed with Dead Space in a way, obviously with that Mass Effect feel as well. The environments, at least in this gameplay trailer, are looking beautiful. The effects, at least in my opinion, are looking pretty damn beautiful. Now, there were some things here that I do think can be improved a little bit, specifically with like the backstabbing animation just going up and he just kind of hits him. It doesn't look like there's any blood effects. It doesn't look like there's actually like a stabbing animation. The guy just falls over. That obviously, this is very early, could definitely be improved going forward, but at least there is a little bit of stealth mechanics here that we did see from that. I think the gunplay also looks a little bit interesting. Obviously, it's more cinematic type of gameplay than it is just straight up gameplay when you're seeing the UI and everything like that, but it looks a little bit janky, but all in all, This is very early, very early. It's obviously going to get better before release, but even at the early stage of where it is right now, it definitely looks more than serviceable in my opinion. Now, the music in this trailer, I mean, it's borderline Mass Effect music with a spin, and that's not something I'm going to complain about.
Loaded weapon is a hell of a way to greet your new partner.
So you're June.
But all in all, I think this was a very good trailer. It was a very promising trailer, and I'm just happy to finally see some gameplay of this game and to see that the game is moving forward, hopefully in a relatively good way. Obviously, the biggest stuff here we haven't seen yet. I mean, it's the dynamics between you and the characters, the actual writing and narrative and dialogue in the game when you are interacting with them. On top of this, the different choices and decisions that you're going to have to make throughout the game. How many of those are there going to be? How impactful will they be? Will they be impactful on a small scale, or will they actually be meaningful throughout your experience? All of this stuff matters a ton. Obviously, the RPG elements in terms of building your character. Is there going to be actually different builds that you can do, or is this going to be more of a narrative-focused game? We will have to obviously see, but those are going to be really important things in determining if this is going to be a good game or not. But as I've mentioned, this is a game created from a studio headed by ex-Bioware developers. And that's a big reason why a lot of people are so damn excited here. Whether you like it or not, people are craving that experience of when they played some of these older Bioware games, specifically like Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3. A lot of what this game is obviously taking inspiration and experience from. As always, we're going to have to wait. We're going to have to see. This next year, next 2 years is going to be crazy for gaming, specifically in the RPG genre, and I can't be more excited. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please like the video if you like the video, and subscribe for more content like this, and comment down below. Did you guys like this trailer? Are you excited for this game, and why? Or is this something that you're not excited for, and why? Again, thank you for watching the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace!